HO Talk Show.
Oh, we keep receipts.
Yeah, we keep and show them, fax them, copy them. You name
yes,
it.
Indeed, brother, man.
Y'all sound a little bit like Katt up here. Oh, a little bit.
Well, speaking of which, DJ, scratch the record. Let's go ahead and get into that thing real quick. How about that? How about that, man? Like on the real, like this could be the word on the street.
Yeah,
a little time for word on the street. We got like a
that
little,
was perfect.
Yeah, time for the word on the street, good people. Like we need a sound bite for that, and that's the word on the street. That's what I need Razor to do in his radio voice.
Hey,
yeah,
this is the word on the street. Wait a minute, that sounds like kind of perverted.
Keep moving.
Keep moving. All right. So speaking of last year going into this year, two celebrities, two public figures that everybody's talking about, including locally, but it lends to deeper conversation than what just happens in hashtags and tweets and all that kind of stuff. Like, say, like, with Taraji P. Henson working with her team, Katt Williams coming out, on Club Shay Shay talking about like business dealings and relationships in his industry.
Talking about everybody.
He talking about everything.
Everybody and everything. Everybody and everything. Now y'all can go any direction you want with it. Like, but here's what comes to my mind.
Following Max on this.
Like, here's what comes to my mind, because I'm the type that sit back. Like, I'm not the type who always can be confronted right on the spot and have the best response. Oh, but I'm gonna meditate on that thing. I'm gonna say, God, show me the way. And then I'm gonna come back with something. Don't you worry. I may not bomb first, but I'm gonna bomb the hardest. But hey, but no, like, in all seriousness, like, it makes me think again about our people. And in all seriousness, it's like, we're not a monolith, as it gets said so many times. Yeah, we are very dynamic, as most cultures are. And then when you think about America being like the melting pot that it is, like that adds even more layers, goes into a deeper conversation. But let's just stay like amongst our own.
Our acceptance is monolithical.
Well, yeah, that too. Yeah.
I accept. Yeah. We're not monolithical people, but it doesn't matter if all that is accepted. Think of I love rap. I used to love rap more, but the part of rap that I really enjoyed was the NWAs and the, when that first came out, it felt like we were talking about our liberation, about what the police was doing to us. But really what they opened up is the ability to show that we will kill each other and it's fine across the airways.
You know what? Like, that fits right into the conversation too. That's right in, because NWA would say like that they were just giving you like street knowledge. They were giving you what's happening. They were broadcasting what's happening on their coast, to the hip hoppers in New York and then worldwide, right? But you're right. That's what happens so many times, is that once you see something that could be monetized, that's why you can't argue with that scripture. The love, not money, but the love of money is the root of all evil. Because like legendary hip hop producer Pete Rock just said last week that hip hop's fail, because we are a hip hop station, by the way. Hip hop's fail was when it started chasing money. Because here's the difference: it's like you can make money, but when your intent is all about the money, and it's like whatever makes me the most money, then your craft has been diluted. Like you've now compromised the integrity of what it is you do. You see what I'm saying? Like so you can maximize profits and still have good business dealings. So that takes us back to Taraji Katt kind of thing. Even when we look at locally and we think about some of the fires that we've put out by facilitating
communication.
Yeah, it's facilitating the communications. It's like we as a people have sort of three parts to us, right? It's like you have the ultra successful, but with ultra success, you always have that tag of, are they elitists? Have they sold out?
Have they sold out?
Have they sold out? Y'all follow what I'm saying, right? So this feeds into the Katt Taraji thing. Have they sold out? But then you have the ones who are successful and people appreciate their art and their craft. And you look at them like, okay, like they getting it, they successful, but they ain't like Uber stuff. Like, they ain't struggling. So that must mean that's just because they haven't sold out, but people recognize their talent. You know what I mean? And then the people that don't make it, then like or when you say make it, people who don't appear to have the success are the ones that when you look at them and you be like, oh, like they really real, like they so real to where, you know what I mean? I'm like the evil empire, you know, like corrupt Hollywood and whatnot won't accept them. Even not just Hollywood. You could say the powers that be, even locally, and
we call that crabs in a barrel, won't
accept them. Right. You know what I mean? Yeah. So you see those layers. So that's the issue. And that's the thing I don't hear people talking about with this whole Katt Williams interview and even Taraji Henson when it comes to find her team. And for those that don't know, Katt Williams was on Club Shay Shay, Shannon Sharp's podcast or vodcast rather. And he was kind of airing out grievances. And Taraji P. Henson has been noted for pretty much firing her whole team, right? Because she don't think her business has been handled properly, and she don't think she's gotten some deals that she should have gotten, right? So, to my knowledge, these are all black people talking about other black people. Now, what I can appreciate about it is that holding people accountable. Taraji was like, people need to do their job. I don't feel like they're doing their job. Katt Williams was saying people need to be honest. I don't feel like they're being honest. Like they putting on a false face. And I'm gonna show you the real ones. And I'm like, what was that one thing he even said? He said there's God's side and there's the other side.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So again, whether you agree with him or not, that's a real conversation for us, Miss Max. Yeah. Because that's even on a microcosm, right? Of how we deal with each other and how we got to get real with each other.
What you say, Miss Max?
I mean, as far as Taraji goes, when I first heard her kind of air out what her problems were, being underpaid in Hollywood, initially as all black women do, or just as a, female to female, I empathize for what she was dealing with, right? We black women tend to take the bad. We have this innate ability to take the bad and make it look good and make it look easy. And so when you have someone as strong as Taraji, whether we're talking about the roles that she played in TV or interviews, who has as strong of a personality as Taraji, and she gets out there in front of the world and say, I'm struggling, I'm being underpaid, it ain't right, and stuff like that, it's jarring. And it is also a wake-up call to how far we as black people, we as women really haven't come. And, recently reading somewhere or saw somewhere where someone said this is the age of the victim's voice. And I immediately thought about Taraji's situation and thought, you know what? I really do think that's true. And we could put that into local perspective, talking about the homeless people. We're not going to hide no more. We here. And guess what? We up in your parks too. So, or we talking about black people, or we talking about race? Wasn't intended to be a joke, race. I'm just saying.
I just wasn't raised right. I find humor in things I shouldn't.
But whether we talking about minorities or we talking about low income and so on and so forth, people are voicing the victims are voicing their opinion, and the beautiful part about it is that their opinions aren't at this time being seen as weak or vulnerable. It is actually seen, to me anyway, and y'all can disagree, but it appears to be a sense of agency and power and liberation, right? And so but part of Taraji coming out like that, I'm gonna be honest with you, as a black woman, made me cringe a little bit, because we don't really do like, Taraji, you gotta tell them all, like, come on, like, maintain. It wasn't about integrity. It was about her appearing to be, my worry that she appeared to be weak as a female, as a black person, as a black female in front of the world. No, I didn't see it as a weak moment. I worried about whether or not she would be viewed as being weak and whiny and, just couldn't deal.
Angry black woman?
Yeah. I didn't get angry. I did not get angry. Okay. And it's not that, and I wasn't, let me be clear, I wasn't judging her for that. I was worried about what her future career looked like, future business partners look like, collaborations look like, because of her being so open and honest about where she was. But you know, and that's just I guess just a part of the thought process as you know, deliberate, you know, about something and what it means and whatnot. But all in all, I personally believe that what she has done sets the stage for to just, you know, pull the veil down on what's happening and who all is being oppressed by it, and change. We'll see. We'll see. I don't know. But at the end of the day, I have to applaud her for that. And you're right. It's in terms of, you know, Razor can attest to this about me, and people that know me closely can attest to this about me. You know, I'm right is right or is wrong. You know, like Katt talking about God and the other side. I can't get. I don't know. I couldn't at times. I couldn't tell what side Katt was on. Okay, but there's right and there's wrong. There's right and there's wrong. You treat people right or you treat people wrong. And I got a line and I walk that line no matter what. No matter what.
Now that's the catch though, right? Like that's the catch right there, is that because what I saw from two parts to your points. One with Taraji, I feel like that is another example. Like the way that you sort of perceive her response and the way that you felt for, I feel like that's a problem with public opinion nowadays. And social media is the
cancel culture.
Yeah. Like I can't get down with so much because I'm a businessman, and it's like when I understand the algorithm of how even social media works, it's like maybe I'm just too old school. Like I just can't, because I feel like that it's a mentality that's leading towards more mental health issues, not just leading, that causes more mental health issues, like the whole acceptance culture. You know what I mean? Like, because Razor, you know, like used to be a point to where you have a product, my product is good, I'm gonna show you this product is good. That's it. Nowadays, if you don't get enough likes and subscribes, I gotta sell. You gotta sell it in a different way, in an unhealthy way, in my personal opinion. Because then that's when you lead into, now you got to compromise, because if you don't capture the subscription, or you don't capture that like, or you don't capture that follow, then your product, no matter how good it is, nowadays it ain't gonna work. That's right. Because you got all these other people flooding the internet with a bunch of nonsense, clickbait, all that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? And so, like, that's one point. And then the other part with on the well, no, that was the Taraji part, but then with the Katt part, it's like, one thing I appreciated is that I didn't feel like that he came on there in any malicious way.
What? In the beginning.
He came in the beginning.
What the battle started with in the beginning.
Right. But he came on there though, Matt. But he came on there saying, if I'm not mistaken, his first point of conversation was with Shannon. You let Ricky Smiley come on here and tell you that lie. So the point I'm making, and I'm not saying that I would have taken the same methodology that he did, but I am saying though, his whole point was, you heard all these people lie, and now I'm gonna tell you the truth. I don't see anything wrong with that. If in fact they're lying, he's not coming on there like trying to get a win for himself in my eyes of just saying I'm gonna blast all these people for no reason. He's saying all these people came on here and lied to y'all. So now I'm gonna give y'all the real lowdown.
I mean, as the interview progressed, you know, I was like, okay, maybe, you know, maybe Katt telling some truth here. But in the beginning, you know, but let me just be clear about the Taraji part before we kick it over to Razor. You know, I applaud her for being that open and that honest, and using her platform to disclose. You know, everybody knows it's an issue in Hollywood, but to disclose what Black female actors or actresses are dealing with. I applaud her for that. And the best thing that can happen is that other Black female actors and male actors support her in that. Don't turn their back on her, but support her in that, because, you know, there's power in unity. And so
I love my Black women. All y'all know that. Most beautiful creatures
about to say
ever created. And I have to add that I also want that grace for Black men.
I'm glad both of y'all went first. I'm so glad.
Because if you look at, and again, like we gotta separate whether I like somebody versus what's true and false and what's right and wrong, right? So when we look at people like Kanye West, we look at people like Tyrese,
like Jonathan Majors.
Like we look at these people, and in their moments of vulnerability, instead of us coming to the defense of our brothers and being empathetic with our brothers, we call them soft. We calling them bees. We calling them punks. We doing all this, and then we're making it worse. And then we just projecting more toxic masculinity for our young men, because we have young men that's like that can't even express their emotions. They can't cry because they see all the social media saying, "Oh, you a bee, you a punk."
Yeah. No, I feel you. But like I just said at the beginning of my commentary, there's right and there's wrong. And that's not to say that there isn't forgiveness, but there's right and there's wrong. So it's a little tougher to get behind everything.
Yeah.
Like Diddy, is we getting behind Diddy too?
No, we're not. Hey, look,
I just checking.
We ain't getting behind Diddy.
All right, Razor.
Hey, we ain't getting behind Diddy. He ain't getting behind me either.
Go ahead, Razor.
Let it be known. I don't know if I can follow y'all. Y'all might went past where I can go.
But Razor. But I'm glad you brought it up, because to that point though, Max, let the court of law play it out. Here's what I've been telling everybody, Max, regardless if it's Diddy, Michael Jackson, R. Kelly, whoever. Public opinion.
Court of law ain't always right.
Not always right, but let the facts be the facts. Since we saying that we standing on business and basing everything on facts. And what I mean by that, real quick, Razor, is that just because I don't agree with your lifestyle doesn't make you a criminal.
Okay.
Now, if you're involved in criminal activity and illegal activity, then yes, you should be prosecuted. Nobody should defend that.
Okay.
But just because you want to have sex parties, if everybody consenting, that's your business.
Yeah, I think we need to take a break. And I'll come back on that because I had a Sunday morning show this morning, and my soul.
If Razor say we need to take a break, we need to take a break.
But we up against the hour, though.
We up against the hour. Yes, Lord. He will always show up on time.
IMHO Talk Show.